Welcome to this podcast entitled Math Ed Talk. In this episode, we will be answering a series of questions we personally made to be answered by the three of us, which is based on our experiences as we take this journey towards being math teachers, which we hope can help you get a glimpse inside our student lives and inspire you along the way.
I'm Kimberly.
I am Alex.
And I am Neil Lorraine. It is undeniable that not a lot of students has a positive attitude towards math. This is why we chose these questions to answer, to talk about why we chose this less traveled road. To start with, let me ask you guys this one. Why did you choose education as your course and majored in math? Let's start with you, Alex.
Since then, it has been my passion to teach or to instruct students, and believe that all majored subject, math is the best fit for me.
For me, I chose education as my course because since elementary, being a teacher is my ambition. And I believe that education is a profession in which you can see the effect you have on the world around you. And I chose mathematics as my major because I have cousins who are also a mathematics teacher. Although I'm not good in math, I want to challenge myself to start loving math subject.
Thank you, guys. For me, I chose education because I grew up seeing my parents, who are both teachers, contented. I aspire to be like them. Credits also to my past teachers because they really made my school life enjoyable. I also chose math as my major because I find it very interesting. Also because of my math teachers suggested it to me because of my math performances. According to Henry Commanger, education is essential for change, for it creates both new wants and the ability to satisfy them.
Alright, now it's my turn. As a third year student, as someone who's closer to the finish line, how did or do you find this course? Show a glimpse of your life as a math ed student, like what to expect.
As a third year student, learning mathematics is difficult or hard, especially through online classes compared to face-to-face class, since we just experienced face-to-face class during our first year of college. In learning environment, face-to-face can be a passive learning environment compared to online class. There is a challenge in not being able to see the instructor or your classmates.
For me, you really should have a strong foundation why you pursued this course, because there will be times you will question why you chose this field in the first place. But of course, knowing that you have your classmates and instructors with you, learning becomes much easier, and the level of satisfaction that comes every after solving problems correctly is so motivating.
And as for me, it is difficult, but I believe my passion lead me to study math because it's fascinating and enjoyable. Being math students is very appealing, especially if it is related to my interest.
Next, here is my question for you guys. Was there a significant difference between math instruction-wise from face-to-face class to online setup?
For me, yes, especially because we are already in higher math, where topics becomes more technical, and us dealing it basically on our own at home is very difficult. Aside from that, the communication or the relay of lessons has so many gaps or delays because of the internet connections, unlike when it's face-to-face classes where we can just ask each other or our instructors directly without the need to be online and have a load. New normal is more challenging, indeed, but it also opened new doors for me. I get to explore the internet and maximize whatever ICT tools I can, intended for using it as a 21st century learner.
And as for me, yes, as I experienced both face-to-face and new normal for myself, the new normal setup is difficult, especially the internet connection, the stability of my internet, and the instability of my resources. But on the other hand, it is very challenging.
For me, yes, there's a significant difference since we are in online class. In face-to-face, discussion takes place in the restrictive environment of a physical classroom. While in online, the online discussion evolves over a period of time longer than that of the face-to-face classroom. And in online setup, it is up to the student to set their own pace for much of the works that need to be completed in an online course. While there are deadlines and due dates that must be met, students typically have quite a bit of flexibility in determining where and what time of day they participate.
My next question is, why do you think the incoming college students should consider enrolling in BS Ed Math like we did? Like, considering the challenge you and I had to face or are currently facing, what made you stay in this course?
I cannot persuade students to enroll math, but if they do, they must continue for it.
For incoming college students should consider this course, BS Ed Math, because mathematics provide an effective way of building mental discipline and encourages logical reasoning and mental rigor. And mathematical knowledge plays a crucial role in understanding the content of other school subjects such as science, social studies, and even music and art. Whatever course you take, hindi talaga maiwasan na magkaroon ng challenges.
As for me, I believe the incoming freshmen should consider enrolling BS in Math because we basically deal with math on a daily basis. Also, if you're one of the people who wants to spark changes in math education in general, I personally considered math as well because I wanted to somehow change the attitude of students in a way that they are more positive towards math, that they'll be more into it because I was able to provide them an encouraging environment free from discouragements and the likes when you can't solve a problem correctly.
So, what can you advise to your fellow math ed students?
To my fellow math students, always be positive. Focus on the future, not on the past. Better days lies ahead.
For me, what I can advise is to go back to your core, to ask oneself why you pursued it in the first place, to endure because nothing worth having comes easy, to not be too hard on yourself, that it's okay to be confused or to feel lost, but not get the best of you. Hang in there, future math teachers. We will make it. Believe, pray, always.
And for me, work should come before pleasure. Manage your time effectively. So fighting.
Let's end this podcast by completing this statement. I love math ed because
I love math ed because I believe better education creates better future.
It challenged me. It works my mind in ways that other subjects can't. It is the foundation of everything.
I love math ed because numbers helps us understand the world and math helps us understand numbers.
Alright, so that concludes our podcast for today. Comment down if you have any suggestion on what we should talk about next time. And if you like this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Until next time.